Jaron, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. Obviously, you've got a big fight coming up, and one of the questions that I had for you was the nickname Boots. How did you get it?
Uh, when I was little and I was like coming in the gym and stuff, well, my original nickname was supposed to be Boops, Boops, but I got that from my mom. And once I started going to the gym when I was little and stuff, my dad was calling my name and stuff, and everybody thought my dad was saying like boots, like the shoes. So we just kept it and stuck with it.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Kind of looking at your family, I mean, obviously you come from a boxing family, two other brothers that box. Your dad was a boxer. When did you actively start training as a boxer?
I've been on it all my life since I was since I was in that jumper. I was in the gym when the jumper. I couldn't even walk. I was just in a walker and a jumper, and I was in the gym. So I've been around it, and I've been in it all my life.
As far as looking at your father, your brothers, I know your brothers are older. What kind of inspirations were they to you as far as your how you became enticed with boxing?
It was a big inspiration because when they was fighting in Philly and I was seeing the atmosphere, I'm like the crowd cheering them on, and stuff, I'm like, I want this for myself. And then once they start fighting on TV and stuff, I'm like, oh, I can't wait to fight on TV, and it just gave me more motivation to be who I am now. And I thank my brothers for that.
Looking at when you realized that, hey, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, was there a distinct moment when you realized that this was going to be your career?
Yeah, like I said before, I was in it all my life, so I just knew it's like natural. Everything I do in boxing is just natural to me, and I just knew like this is what I want to do because it's fun for me. And if it ain't fun, you ain't supposed to be doing it.
Mm-hmm. Looking at the amateur years, and who you are today, what kind of growth and what kind of strides have you made from amateur to now?
Well, I always had like a pro style in the amateur. I never really threw too many punches in the amateur. My shots were just accurate and clean, and I used to get a lot of stoppages and a lot of knockouts in the amateurs too. But I feel like I grew as a fighter when I turned professional, and I'm smarter now. I sit down my punches way more now. I just think more, and I'm just better all around now.
Mm-hmm. Looking at Chris van Heerden, your opponent for Saturday, he's a seasoned pro. He has a lot of respect from a lot of fighters in the game. I'm curious, how much have you seen of him, and what's your opinion of him as a boxer?
I really don't study the guys that I fight. He's a good fighter, and I appreciate him for taking this fight because a lot of guys don't want to step up and take fights against me. But I can't wait to show the world my skills and me being dominant on Saturday night and coming home with this IBO welterweight world title.
I know that as far as every fighter has a different type of game planning, and you said you haven't watched a whole lot of him. Do you consider it that you kind of get in the ring and you feel it out and you go by feel? Is that how you would characterize how you approach it?
Oh yeah, I never watch nobody I fight. I don't have to because like in the amateurs you don't know who you fighting. You could fight 3 southpaws 3 days straight. The next day you find somebody tall, right-handed. Like you never know. So that's why I was like, there's no need for me to do that. I let my team and stuff do that, and like we just pick them apart as soon as the bell ring. Whatever my dad saying and sees, I do it, and that's it.
You're talking about the amateurs and not knowing who you're going to fight. I know on the undercard there's Gary Antonio Russell, and you have a history with his brother Gary Antoine Russell. Kind of going back to those days in the amateurs with Antoine Russell. Do you still hold any grudges from those moments? Do you still want payback from some of those amateur days? Does that linger, or is that over?
I don't hold no grudges or nothing because at the end of the day, we all know what really happened, and everybody know that what really happened. I mean, they have their picks, so that's what they wanted to go out there and represent them. So be it. But at the end of the day, look where I'm at, look where he at. But I feel like later on down the line, it will happen. I think he fight like 130 or 35 or something like that. I think he's smaller, but if he want to come up and come get the smoke, you can get it.
Talking about the future, I mean, you're a young guy. You're 23 years old. Assuming you get past Chris van Heerden, are there any names that you want to fight the most? That guys that you see on TV and are like, I would love to fight that guy.
Not looking past Chris van Heerden this Saturday after I do my thing. I just anybody top five. I just want all big name fights 2020, 21. And I feel as though after I make a big statement on Saturday, I feel like I will be able to get those fights. And I feel like the media will push for it, and I will have big fights 2021.
Before and after your last fights, I talked to you a little bit. And one of the things that really struck me about you was your intelligence about the boxing business. You said, I don't want to sign a long-term deal with a promoter. I asked you, would you ever do that? And you said never. Thinking about that, more fighters are doing that. What's kind of your rationale behind that approach?
You just gotta be patient. That's at the end of the day. You just gotta be patient and just waste your time. That's all.
Mm-hmm. As far as I know, in the past you were managed by Cameron Duncan. Are you still being managed by Cameron Duncan?
It's my dad and Cameron Duncan, yes.
And obviously he's been around the game for so long. What are some of the things that he's helped you understand about the boxing business, and what have you learned from him throughout your career?
Just be patient, wait your time. It's just, like it's gonna come.
As far as the final question for me, what we're going to see on Saturday night, do you ever go in and do you ever have like a prediction that you're going to make, or do you just let the fight come to you? Is there a way that you see it playing out?
I just go in there and have my fun, and be smart and do everything that me and my dad and my other trainer, Lawrence Smalls, and both my brothers actually was a big help in this camp too. Just do the things that we've been working on in camp and execute the game plan. And we don't look for knockouts, but we definitely, if it come, we're going to take it. And I think it's going to come, and I'm going to definitely take it.
Well, Jaron, I've seen you fight in person, and it's always exciting to see you. You're a very masterful boxer, and great. Best of luck come this Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.